Hello, and thank you for joining this training on MACA's statewide CSEC Service Enhancement Project and the Invoicing, Financial Backup, and Data for Subcontracts for FY23. We will review the project overview, invoicing and financial backup, data collection and reporting, and take a look at the data tracking form. MACA was awarded a VOCA grant in FY19 and 20, which was renewed in FY21, 22, and 23 through the Massachusetts Office for Victim Assistance for our statewide CSEC Service Enhancement Project. Under that project, MACA subcontracts with each CAC in each judicial district or their respective DA's office to support a dedicated full-time CSEC case manager position. The cycle and contract level for each prior year is listed on the slide below. For FY23, unfortunately, due to a decrease in VOCA awards across the field, subcontracts had to be reduced and funds for training, as well as MACA's administrative costs, were eliminated. So for FY23, which will run July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, contract levels will be $72,407. This is the amount for programs with a full-time position. The programs with part-time positions are prorated. Should a state investment to bridge the VOCA funding gap be secured in the state FY23 budget and MACA's award supplemented, we will amend and supplement subcontracts accordingly. So please watch for those updates. The application process included an application and budget, which was reviewed and approved by MACA. And we are currently working to finalize subcontracts as close to the July 1 start as possible. If there were any staffing updates at the beginning of the contract year, or if there are any that occur throughout the contract year, resume and contact information for the CSEC case manager must be resubmitted to MACA. Subcontractors will submit monthly invoices to MACA for the actual expenses from the month. Those can include salary, fringe, indirect, or other allowable expenses included in your approved budget, such as equipment, supplies, approved training, or travel. Invoices should include all actual expenses from the previous month. A snapshot of the invoice template is provided here. And please be mindful if you are using formulas to calculate totals, as this may cause inaccuracies due to rounding. Please be sure to round all amounts to 2 decimal places or the nearest penny so that we can make sure that your invoice and your financial systems are in agreement. Subcontract invoices must be submitted with backup documentation. Backup can include the following. For personnel, timesheets or payroll documents for the covered CSEC case manager position must be provided, and those must clearly delineate the time and pay covered by the subcontract. So if the position is covered in part by the MACA CSEC subcontract, that must be reflected on your backup. Backup for fringe benefits could include invoices for benefits such as insurance or proof of payment for all fringe, including payroll taxes. Supplies and equipment can be backed up with receipts or invoices for any items that were purchased. And if those items were prorated, please indicate the percentage covered by the subcontract if less than 100%. For travel logs and employee expense reports for in-state travel, including tolls, parking, or other expenditures, should be provided. Finally, for indirect, please list the expenditure item amounts used to determine the requested indirect. In other words, if you are determining indirect costs by applying the percentage to salary, please make that clear on your invoice so that we can see how you determined the amount. Invoices can be submitted to gina@gmodio@mhchildren'salliance.org, and the deadline every month will be on the 15th day following the end of the month. So for example, invoices for July will be due on August 15th. If the 15th falls on a weekend, a notification of the new deadline will be sent via reminder email. When possible, we will push the deadlines to the following Monday. However, particularly when we get to the end of the fiscal year, we may need to move up deadlines slightly to make sure that we stay on track with all of the internal deadlines and external deadlines that impact this project. MACA will issue reimbursement for invoices upon approval of the invoice and receipt of the necessary funds from MOVA. Budget modification requests can be submitted to GINA throughout the year. The final deadline for budget modification requests is May 30th, 2023, just 30 days before the end of the contract cycle. Subcontractors will also submit complete data tracking reports to MACA on a quarterly basis. The FY23 deadlines are listed here. So you'll see that the first deadline for submitting FY23 data will be October 17th, and that will be the data for July 1 through September 30th, 2022, which is the first quarter of this fiscal year. There will be another webinar and slides detailing instructions for data collecting, which will go into more detail, but we will just take a quick look here at the data reporting form. This is a snapshot of the subcontract data tracking form. Please use this form, which we've adapted from MOVA's form, to record and submit data to MACA. The form has a tab for each quarter of FY23. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact Gina at gmodio@machildren'science.org or via phone at the number listed here. Thank you very much.